Hey DC Collectors, welcome to a brand new episode of the show. Today we're taking a look at the Total Justice Despero from Kenner. Now before we get into this review, if you will, hit that subscribe button and that like button. I sure would appreciate it. Alright, so on to the review. This again is part of Series 1. I know I've done a few of these reviews of Series 1 figures and a couple of like Series 2, but this is a Series 1 figure and he is one of the villains along with Darkseid. You can see the front of the package here. Just gives you the Total Justice logo here, and again the focus on Batman here. There was always a focus, and there seems to be to this day always a focus on Batman to sell these other DC Comics toys. You can see here he comes with his
Galactic Body Blow Attack.
Here is the back of the packaging, and you can see other figures in this Series 1 set. Now if you go back and look at some of my previous videos, we have reviewed Superman, Hawkman, The Flash, and Darkseid, and we'll eventually get to them all, but I just go and grab a figure at random over here. But here is a look at the bottom of the package in case you're looking at that proof of purchase or that UPC, just in case you need to know it. And here's a little bio on Despero as well. Alrighty, so let's break him out of the package and let's review him. Okay, so here is Despero out of the package. First, let's look at the accessories that he comes with. He comes with a cool little sword here. And yeah, it's not the best sword in the whole world, but it's, it's a sword. You can see it has a peg right here that will fit into his leg. I'll show you that in a second. And he also comes with this huge monstrosity of a weapon here. They did give it a little two-tone paint here where it's black in the front, it's grayish silver in the back, and it kind of fades in, so it's kind of like got this gradient that sort of fades in across over there. But again, another little peg, and I think it fits on his back somewhere. We'll look at that in just a second. Of course, over here to the side you can see, take that and you just plug in here, which is not the best in the world, but it does give him that sword on the sheath look there. He does have a hole here in his back where you can plug this in, just so he has that nice weapon look there. How does he look? He looks very evil, yes. All right, so let's look at the figure itself. Let's pull these out for just a second. We'll look at the sculpt. Sculpt on this thing is just fantastic. I mean, for a figure of this era here, 1996, which I was in high school, I had this figure, and I absolutely hated this thing right here for whatever reason. I don't know, but I was out of high school. So yeah, I just graduated the year before, so I was still buying action figures, which is, says a lot about me. But anyway, here is a look at his face. Looks really, really nice. The sculpting on this thing looks really good. There's nothing wrong with this sculpt. The only problem is this pre-posed stance that he's in. Obviously his leg is bent here, straight here, and just crazy. One arm has the fist, one arm has just is just straight with a that I guess that can hold the gun there. But he does have this this action feature, punching action feature. I guess you could put it up right here, turn him, and boom. Kind of reminds you of the old Masters of the Universe figures, where you turn them and they have that power punch, and this is his galactic body punch, or whatever you want to call it. Looking at the back of the figure, he again, just nice detail on the muscles. All in all, good figure. Paint job on this thing is pretty spot on. There's no real sloppiness whatsoever on this figure. Of course, there's not that much to it, but still, it is a nice looking figure. See the fin on his head. I've always thought he was a really good, a good looking villain. I don't know why they gave him army pants, to be honest. I've always looked at this figure as kind of like a military look. Even the DC Universe Classics sort of copied this one too. I don't know why. I like him with the long cape and that look. Again, showing you how this thing kind of goes in to just kind of give a final look at Despero. Let's see if his gun fits in his hand. I know it does, but still, it's get in there, gun. And look, the end of the gun, you know, should be down in here somewhere, but it's kind of stuck up the way the gun is designed. So just a weird look, weird concept, but I'm not complaining too bad. I think it looks better just mounted on his back and that little plug in. He looks a little more fierce that way. I mean, just a decent figure for the Total Justice line, a decent villain. I like that the villains in the Total Justice line are a lot bigger than the superheroes in the line. So that was kind of cool. For 1996, okay figure, not the best, not the worst. But if you don't have him, definitely pick him up. I mean, he's a good chunk of plastic, so he feels kind of cool. He looks cool on a shelf. Just that purple skin just really sets him apart from everything else. I would get him again. I paid like $8 for this thing on eBay. Oh, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and he's still about the same price. None of the Total Justice figures are really bumping up in price all that much that I have noticed, with the exception of maybe Hawkman and maybe some of those Series 2, Series 3 figures. All right, so that's it. If you like what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button and that like button. I sure would appreciate it. Also, you can check me out on DCCollectors.com each and every day, and you can find me on social media at DCCollectors. Until next time.